What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. First thing I want to do is give a big shout out to GloRilla, man, because she has everybody talking about this whole situation between her and HitKidd regarding FNF, the ownership, the splits, how this played out. So I want to give her a big shout out, not only because she got the whole world talking, which means that she's in a position to do a lot of powerful things with her fame, but she also has people talking about music ownership and splits, which I think needs to be more of a conversation on a daily basis. It needs to be heard loud and clear because in the society that we live in today, everybody wants to be an artist or a musician. Your kids want to be an artist. Your nieces and nephews want to be an artist. Your grandkids want to be artists. In a lot of cases, mamas and aunties and uncles are trying to be artists at the same damn time as the kids. Everybody's trying to do this, but not a lot of people have the correct information, right? So as long as we're having this discussion, I think is very important and it's very key. One thing that I do appreciate is that GloRilla went on live and just aired out her grievances and told her side of the story without doing the Twitter fingers and typing on Facebook. So you can get your point across succinctly, clearly, and anything that's refuted, you can kind of address them one by one. She says that HitKidd and his management are saying that they shared 50% ownership of the record with her. She's saying that's not what they really doing. They talking that good game on screen, but that's not what's really going on behind the scenes. She say HitKidd been on some F-boy stuff ever since this song took off. HitKidd was basically saying, well, if they want you, they gotta have me with you. You can't go without me, and they gotta pay me X amount of dollars because this song is hot. They not finna get this for free. And that HitKidd saw the opportunity that was at hand, and he started trying to boss up the situation, make it seem like they were a tandem. However, that was not the case. She was a solo artist. He is a producer. Although he may have had the upper hand in producing for other artists on a local level, that doesn't mean that he will automatically be included in her deal. I really appreciate the fact that the information is getting out here, because up to this point, the narrative was really one-sided. It was HitKidd and his manager, and they kind of came out talking about business, whereas GloRilla came out trying to be funny and take some jabs. Now, among those that are also talking about this incident is Moniece Slaughter. I'm not sure what inspired her to give her take on this. I mean, I understand why I do this, because I'm an artist and I'm trying to educate people, and this is what I do on a day-to-day basis, but she's a reality TV star. She's an artist, songwriter behind the scenes and things like that. But she came out like she had a personal vendetta with GloRilla. Let's read what she said. She says, I do not effing get it, bro. It's called a split sheet and a writers association and a publishing house. How y'all newbies get in the game and don't know what the heck a split sheet is, bro? Like, it's irritating at this point, because he signed what exactly to who, for what, and how? And if he's not your manager, why is he in label meetings? He's a beat maker. He makes a beat. He gets a 50% pub split off top. If he had other producers help him, then it's up to him to allocate their percentages out of his 50%. If you are the sole composer, because there's a difference. Composer is a writer who puts a melody to the lyrics. Then the other 50% is yours. If you are just the writer, then you don't get 50. It's up to y'all to figure out how much your words to his beat and melody are worth percentage-wise. Now, if you didn't pay for the beat, the studio time, and the engineer, then you own zero masters. He's a snake? Okay, well, you should have known how to handle your business, and his beat did create you. Without his beat, there is no FNF, and we wouldn't know you. Now, she's saying this as if she is intimately involved in this situation. Are you taking up for HitKidd because you're working with him? Do you have a personal vendetta against GloRilla for speaking up about this? Just seem like you were just insulting her intelligence. Now, in my breakdown video, I did insinuate that maybe GloRilla didn't fully know the business and maybe she needed some guidance and information, but the way this was written, it kind of seems like it was done with malicious intent. Like you really trying to play this girl. And I do have to say that there's a source of contention as it pertains to this idea of the sole composer, because there's a difference. A composer is a writer who puts a melody to the lyrics, or you're just a writer. I don't completely agree with that. Composers and writers are typically different. However, when you go and put a song on BMI, you're going to fill out if a person is a writer or a composer, right? But typically, you're going to be either or, because it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. You're getting percentages, right? Say I have a producer X. I'm the writer. I'm also the vocalist on the song. Producer X made the beat, they got 50%. If I'm the writer and the performer of the song, I take the other 50% because you're talking about a melody to the beat. Well, if I wrote and composed the lyrics, I composed how the lyrics were performed, which has its own melody that comes with it. Your voice, your tonality has a natural melody to it. 50%. Unless you have a third party or a fourth party that's involved, that's the simplest way to cut and slice it. However, if that's not documented in any type of paperwork, if it's not documented on BMI, ASCAP, or any of the performance rights organizations, if this is just left up to interpretation, anybody can assume any percentage and go beat the other person to the punch to give it to a company or sell it to a publisher, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is that they're trying to do. And they can basically bypass all of the other negotiation that goes in between the producer and the artist and whoever else contributed because that person ran off with the song. We can't actually verify if anybody did that. They're both arbitrarily speaking. It's left up to interpretation. It's left up to public opinion. But until we see actual documentation that predates FNF being released, we can't say what they did, what they discussed, or what they agreed to. We have to kind of go by their words. I'm a YouTuber, I'm a commentator, so of course that's what I'm gonna do. That's what actually makes my content. But for Moniece to come out here and just say these types of things, say this and like make this very long description, basically trying to play GloRilla like she dumb, which I don't know how smart or dumb that girl is. It just seems like a personal attack veiled as education. Not saying Moniece is completely wrong either. I mean, she talks about split sheets, writers associations, and publishing houses. She's correct about that. But I'm not sure that GloRilla doesn't know what any of that is. It's just that they didn't talk about these things. And this is a subject that I think a lot of artists, producers, etc. need to dive deeper into, is having those conversations. Get these things ironed out before your music gets out there. It's not hard to say, hey man, we splitting this 50-50, right? All right, cool. Let's put it on paper. You could literally write it on notebook paper, sign off on it. Same thing if you type it up. It doesn't take a lot of words. It doesn't take a lot of clauses. It doesn't take a bunch of sections and paragraphs, and it doesn't require all that to get a simple point across. Just make sure that is taken care of. So again, I'm not saying Moniece is wrong. I'm just saying her message was delivered pretty aggressively for somebody who I would assume to be neutral in this situation. Let me know what y'all think of Moniece down below in the comments, man. Make sure that you like and share this video. This is crazy that I've talked about GloRilla for the third time within a 24-hour span, but this is one of the hottest stories in music right now, so we're going to keep talking about it. Go ahead and subscribe to the page, man. Hit the post notification bell so when I do talk about some other stuff, you can get that information as well, all right? I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Much love, respect, y'all. Peace.